I'm sorry. I like that song so much. I know we're not doing Howard the Duck, but I had to do that intro because that song is just so catchy.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wait a minute.
It was just a catchy.
I like the song though.
It's a catchy song. It really is a catchy song. It's like it's like an energy kind of a song. So that was kind of fun. But guys, this is the original intro for the show. Now that's the proper intro, but
that's badass.
It's just that song that is just, it's really catchy. It's like, you got to hear some Howard once in a while.
It's got power.
It's got freaking lot of power. It's got great power. But great power comes with great responsibility.
Yeah.
All right, here we got Nacho Mock from 2000 from Twitch. We got Cold Steel Truth. Robert Wood, hi. Just stopped by to say hello.
Hello.
Okay. I guess you spoke to him on Tony's channel, I guess.
Oh, hell yeah. It was a great channel.
Howard the Duck, 198. We got Scott Morion. Not Moron. Sorry.
Did you say Moron?
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Moron. That's not. I'm sorry. Red Pill Paul is here. IG5 is here. Let me see here. Sasha of the Nile is first. Which, man, I'm telling you, her and Paul has some great conversation. Hazel Fever. We are going to be playing something, Bob, from his video that he actually made yesterday.
Awesome.
I won't play like the whole thing, but he did it on X-Files, and we're going to dive into X-Files because it's all related like to the Matrix Final Frontier, X-File kind of stuff. And there's another video I got permission from a guy that I'm going to show later on when we start getting into more of the Matrix, the Final Frontier. The Final Frontier is basically a title from Star Trek. So I took it. We're going to be talking about some Star Trek theories that maybe they use from Earth, that they use in space. So we're going to mix it on. And this video I'm going to show later, Hazel Fever is awesome. The other one is from a movie that there's a lot of Matrix futuristic stuff that has happened in this movie that actually really has happened. And we'll get into that when I'm talking about. So we got a lot of good stuff. And I know you said you got what the fuck news coming up.
Yeah, interesting. It's really interesting.
And what the reason it took a long time to launch a show today is sometimes they release an update or I don't know, update, upgrade, whatever you want to call it. And even though you do it yesterday and you're turning on the computer for the first time, it's like you got to restart it again because it just runs everything in the background. I don't know if it's to catch up with the software update or not, but it just slows your computer down to the freaking max.
I do that, dude. Every time I open up my computer, I do it twice. I hit restart, and then it gives me a thing of all the things that are open. Do you want to close them? So I get to go through everything that's running, so I know what the hell popped up, and you don't know who's in your computer no more. So it's always good to restart your computer every time, and then when you're done with it, dude, shut it down properly. Shut it down. Yeah. People don't understand. China's in your computer. The war is afoot, my friends. And China has invaded without boots. They're just in your computers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna now this is not really Mandela Effect mental illness kind of a deal, but I guess you could put it kind of in that category because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Here, let me
cool. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know what's going, guys. I don't know. We don't talk before the show. I just jumped the fuck on, so it's kind of exciting for me too. What do you got, Eric? What do you got?
Let me share the screen.
Here we go.
Okay. The reason I'm bringing this up is because you and we're both X-Files fans. I mean, I love X-Files.
Yeah.
I mean, I love X-Files. I'm not saying every single episode was all great and stuff, but the overall story of X-Files was great. Even the one where they're making kind of, I'm not saying making fun of Mandela Effect or not, but there was a lot of conversations you got to have because of X-Files that maybe you would have even had. Now, when X-Files was on, Bob, what do you remember? Now, there's no right or wrong. Like I said, there's never a right or wrong on this channel. Do you remember being called X-Files or the X-Files?
No, it's X-Files, man. I actually had a discussion with some people from Britain. It's a mixed bag over here. Now, one of the arguments we have, I saw Hazel Favors video. I brought it up to some other people. I always bring it up with some like-minded people. There is a thing about Europe and America. So a lot of things that come to you, this is why I'm over here for these arguments. A lot of things that come to Europe, they'll add a "the" on it. I'm just saying right now, guys, I'm not saying this is the answer. I'm just saying over here, they add a lot of, they add "thes" to a lot of things. And so I have to go back and do my own research on the States and see what they had in the States and what they offered over here. Because when they come over here, they change Eric, I've changed the titles sometimes. You remember that show we had, we watched Trick or Treat?
Yes.
I remember they call it Ragman.
Well, yeah, in Germany, I got a DVD copy and had to get it from Germany. It was called Ragman. And part of it, because the Trick or Treat name was already used. Now, see, that's the thing is, now you could copyright a name here in America. So it could have been copyrighted X-Files. But you never know in the UK or whatever country you're from, right?
What if they put it in the
The X-Files could have been copyrighted for something else. It doesn't matter. It could be for a business, could be this. So they're not allowed to use X-Files. So some countries could have used the word "the."
Yeah. I remember X-Files. It was just X-Files. Also, the reason why I thought it was funny and I laughed at it because of two things. Because also, again, this could be as simple as over here. I'm in Europe. Born Ultimatum. Remember Born Ultimatum? With what's his name? The spy movie. Yeah. Over here, it's now it's the Born Ultimatum. I don't remember the Born Ultimatum. I remember Born Ultimatum and the whole trilogy, the whole trilogy of the shows. There was no "the" in front of the trilogy.
Now, like HI5G says, the X-Files, 100% for me.
Yeah, 100%.
And then Sasha of Denial, it was just X-Files, but everyone said the X-Files. And that's interesting. You saying that. She's saying that she heard people call it the X-Files because everybody who I talked to has never called it the X-Files. We were our good friend Cantu, not Robert Cantu, his brother. Robert Cantu's brother. He was a huge X-Files fan. Gavino. Yeah. We also talk about X-Files, and everybody always called it X-Files. So on my end, I never heard people say the X-Files, but when she talked to people, they call it the X-Files. So that's what's interesting. That's what's neat about this.
That's why, like I said, if you're in a foreign country, they'll sometimes put a "the" on it. And then if you're over in America, it's just X-Files. Like over here, Born Ultimatum. All of a sudden, it's "the."
Yeah, I'm gonna play some of it. It's 9 minutes long. Yeah. I'll like skip. We'll pause it. Yeah. But this here, and he gave me permission. I asked him before. I always ask permission.
I would imagine he did.
He gave me permission to show this. I love his music, man.
Yeah, it's soothing.
And I love the setting of the people sitting in a movie theater watching him. That's awesome.
So here's one that I noticed yesterday, November the 21st, 2020. This deals with the TV series X-Files. The TV series ran from 1993 to 2018. And the episodes were around 45 minutes long. It falls under the crime, drama, and mystery genre. This is what it's about. Two FBI agents, Fox Mulder, the believer, and Dana Scully, the skeptic, investigate the strange and unexplained while hidden forces work to impede their efforts. The creator of the TV series is Chris Carter, and it stars David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. So the Mandela Effect with this TV series is the title of the show. For me, the show was called X-Files, and now it's called The X-Files. Look, leave a comment.
Just let everybody know, I put Hazel's YouTube page right here in the chat. This is where you could watch this video on his channel, and of course, subscribe to him. I mean, he's got this guy. I'm telling you, people, he's got great stuff, and not just great stuff. And he doesn't cram it down your throat. He gives you why he thinks one way, and leaves it up to you to feel what you believe in. So that's what's great about him. He doesn't cram none of this down your throat. It's really great stuff.
And let me know what you remember. Enjoy.
For years, the world has seen reality distorted, facts manipulated, and truth hidden. But there's even more to the story than anyone has ever suspected, because no one has been able to see the whole picture. Until now.
Mulder?
Now, like, this is like we put together like these are like trailers, but when you get to here, you know, when he starts like putting like magazines showing like articles like.
Well, I thought that the movie version was a truth drop about the bees, because there's a lot of bee representation showing up in Manchester.
Watch X-Files season 11, X-Files. He's just showing how a lot of X-Files on magazines, papers, were just calling it X-Files. They weren't using the word the, which if it was called the, you would think it would be in there, but how much they paid her to lick his face? I don't care how big an actor and actress is. When you ask somebody to lick somebody's face, now I wonder, do they put like a piece of candy right there to make it at least tasteful, or is she just like licking his face and tasting the human salt?
I don't know. She's Canadian. Maybe it's it's a Canadian American.
You're right.
That's what Canadians do to Americans, I think.
Where's Tomicon? We need Tomicon to ask him, is this a Canadian thing? Or is this an
They lick faces. Right above them is the Eskimo, and they rub their noses. So I guess that might be Canadian tradition.
And like I said, reunion, and it was just showing, like I said, it was just showing how, look at this, even comic books.
I don't remember.
Where is the X-File? So it's all interesting stuff. I mean, I'm not saying this is like 100% proof or not, because X-Files sounds better than the X-Files. I mean, it just does. But I mean, he's got a lot of, you know, complete X-Files behind the myths, behind. I don't understand. Now, this actor, he did. I hate to say, he did ruin X-Files when he decided to leave the show. He decided because he wanted to be the next big, huge movie star, and it never happened. So another guy kind of took his spot until he came back. When they did that, that's kind of when X-Files kind of like took the shit. And then they came back with a short season, this like 3 years ago, but it was already like too late. You know?
I didn't know somebody took his spot. Somebody took his spot? I don't remember that. Oh, I was probably in the Navy at that time.
Well, what they did is they had Mulder go missing. So they had that actor.
Okay.
They had that actor from Terminator 2 who plays the Liquid Terminator to like be another FBI agent, where it was kind of a switch where Scully was like, the person was like, she believes in everything, and they brought in another skeptical until they found Mulder, bring him back like 2 seasons later.
I don't remember that. That's like Dukes of Hazzard. Like Dukes of Hazzard when they had those Bo and Luke Duke, they took off to go on like the driving circuit, the racing circuit, and they had their 2 cousins take over. Wasn't the same Dukes of Hazzard. So this reminds me of that then. Okay.
Hey, this guy said where is it? Hold on, it's kind of funny.
Cold Steel.
No, he said something that was pretty funny. Here it is. I don't lick faces for less than
pounds. He is pounds, 930 pounds.
Okay. So Cold Steel Truth, if he's doing pounds, that means he's from Europe, right?
UK, yeah.
UK.
Pounds.
So that would make sense that he remembers the 100%. Because maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe here.
Yeah.
And then, but now, here, let me see if I can find a picture. Like, what if I buy a DVD copy right now of X-Files? What does it say? Let me see.
Okay. There you go. Look up the DVD copy. Also, Eric, somebody else put out there. I can't remember who it was. I don't want to disrespect anybody. So somebody remembers who this person was and put out a video just recently. Also, Stripes, Eric. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. Now it has the in it. That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack. I'm like, what the fuck are you? You know, when Winger was doing that's a fact, Jack. And then everyone goes, that's a fact, Jack. Now it goes, that's the fact, Jack. That the keeps showing up, man. Again, Born Ultimatum it's the Born Ultimatum. I go, what is that? No, it wasn't the.
I pulled up Amazon. Like, I'm going to buy it from Amazon because if it's selling on Amazon, then that's what the title is going to be now.
Yeah.
And right here, The X-Files Season 1. The X-Files I Want to Believe. The X-Files.
That the just keeps showing up. Interview with a Vampire. Now it's Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah,
Vampire.
So I thought it was awesome that he made a whole video on it because I never thought about, because, we watch X-Files. So it's not like something like we're trying to make up something or not. We watch X-Files. I mean,
I'm trying to figure out what the means.
X-Files used to be on Friday. And then when the show got popular, the X-Files went to Sunday.
Yeah.
And then usually after football games on Sunday, you watch the X-Files. And then we used to make chicken wings just for the X-Files. It used to be X-Files chicken wing night.
Watch X-Files. Watch X-Files. We call it X-Files. Hey, put on X-Files. X-Files is on. But I always try to figure out, what does it mean? What's the code? I don't just stop at the change. I'm like, oh, there's something weird there. Maybe, possibly, if it's not a European changeover. But so to me, the means more than one. Like Interview with the Vampire, it means more than one, opposed to Interview with a Vampire. That means just one. So you're interviewing just one, as the other one means more. So the X-Files, which means more than one. I don't know. That's how I always try to think of it. When I see a the, it's changed on there. They took away an A and added a the. That means more than one. More. That's all I could figure out with the change with the thes. But adds it to it. Like that's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. In Stripes. In Stripes, somebody else put a video on that. That's a fact, Jack. In Stripes. Now that's the fact, Jack.
Black Sheep Research says type X-Files on VHS. It's all the X-Files.
No shit.
Hold on. Now, is he talking about, like, if I type in?
Yeah, go old school. Go back to VHS. Forget about anything new made. Anything. We got to go back to we got to debunk. So, let's debunk this. Let's say if it's just a new marketing ploy that they've added in Europe, and then now the Europeans are because of the international sales. Things from Europe are being sold in the States, so they have the European version, which is the.
Now, these are images of, I don't know how to really look it up, but these are images supposed to be of VHS. Now, here on these VHS, it does have the word the in it. But these could be newer VHS too. Might not be the first generation.
Yeah, I don't think they make VHS anymore. I think it'd be safe. There we go.
All these VHS has the in it.
Oh, okay.
Now we used to own a few X-Files on VHS back in the day. You know,
yeah.
And of course we don't have those anymore, so I don't have proof to look at for myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's anything with just X-Files on it.
What does he say? Type X-Files on VHS. Hold on. Oh, that's another one. Hold on. Wrote, I got a video of interview with the vampire. It appears in Deadpool with the guy in the taxi.
Yeah, Hollywood's throwing fat residuals at you, man. They remember. Of course they remember. Everybody, people do. There are people in all walks of whatever. They're just keeping it hush-hush about it. I've met people at the Museum of Flight when I woke up with whatever changes in my mind I had. Some of them had the same memory. All of them were Freemasons. I was Freemason. So the guy told me, keep it quiet. Just don't let nobody know. And I was like, why do we have to keep it quiet? But so that's the growing thing. People are keeping it quiet within a certain circles. That's just a fact. Jack. So yeah, of course they have it in Hollywood, and people know that they know the old ways, and they're saying it to be not sarcastic, but they're slipping it in there for you. Yeah. Old dollar signs and stuff.
And C1 wrote on Google, X-Files, the X-Files.
Yeah. But does anybody remember? Like, here we go.
Sure, it's all about the market and language translation. Interpretations, nothing serious. It could be. But like I said, this is a great.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I am not here to say, I'm not to say yay or nay. I love the X-Files. So
he's correct.
In this video, it attracted me. You know, like wow, because I remember X-Files. I mean, it's
because you were correct. That's why I always have to say. That's why I'm really always having to triple down and check, because that is 100% correct. Because I'm in Europe, they change the title names. And so Americans go, oh, there's a change. I'm like, well, let's just see if that's a European version. 9 times out of 10, you are right. The majority of the time, you're right. They've changed it. They've added a the. When I look, I'm in England. So when England has Netflix, they'll change the title name. They'll add thes, a's. They'll change the title name. So yeah that's why I have to double check that.
It all depends on what's copyrighted. You know, names. You know what's copyrighted out there.
So thank you for bringing that up, because you would be correct. A lot of European spelling is showing up in America. We can't figure out why. It's called social media. It's called social media. European spellings are ending up in America, and everyone's confused. It's a Mandela Effect. No, it's a European spelling. But sometimes they're not, and we got to scratch our heads and say, I don't understand why at this point that happened.
Yeah. Sister, I'm going through mailing stuff out next week. Oh, okay. She's talking to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm a winner, Eric. I'm a winner. I've won.
Let me.
I
want to.
I'm a winner. Thank you. Maybe it's Mandela.
Bob wants the prize. But I'm gonna put
a prize. I'm happy.
I'm gonna put Hazel. I'm gonna put Hazel's red thing again in here, because I love when he comes up with this stuff, because it's like great conversation piece. It makes you think. So here's his YouTube page, and then hold on a second. Maybe it's Mandela. She had a good one too. She had a good one. She comes up with stuff that I won't even think of. You remember the song? Hold on. Let me share the screen. Is this
the Flintstones?
No, not the Flintstones one, because we did the Flintstones talk. We already done that in the past with the Flintstones talk.
Oh, not this song. Is this the song I'm thinking of?
Carly Simon, You're So Vain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what's funny about her? Guys, I'm gonna say this right now. This is just me. Don't be calling this any fucking change or anything. This is just me. On her cover, Carly Simon's cover, her breasticles didn't look like that I remember. And I'm a man, I was a kid growing up, and I used to look right, and I'm like, I don't remember him looking quite like that. I'm just me. Please don't jump on my beat truck. But her breasticles did not look like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to keep this clean, family friendly, but I just had to throw that in there when I first saw it. I was like, wait a minute, they must have redid that picture because no, I remembered that.
I just asked her if I could show this video. You know me, I don't show videos without permission because some people
so vain.
Some people videos are personal. You can. Okay, so give me permission. Here we go.
Think everyone's talking about you.
I guess.
You're so vain.
I'll get to the comments. I've been slacking on there. Sorry, I've been so busy, guys. So anyway, You're So Vain by Carly Simon is different for me, and it went, you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you, don't you? Don't you? So for me, I remember. I bet you think this song is
This is
about
her
you.
page 2, guys.
I bet you think this song is about you. And I asked Hazel, I asked Tomicon, I asked Callie, and Callie was like, look at this. And she sent me some covers. And I went to go check them, and some of them were changing. And she was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh. Thank you so much for looking. Some of them did not change, so thank you again for your help with it.
And then she's got different people singing it.
Well, what's the change?
I bet you think the song is about you, don't you? I bet you think the song is about you, don't you? I bet you think the song is.
She's in the chat. Let me ask her. What's? Because I want to do this correctly. I don't want to make a what's.
Or you could just ask her because you don't have to type it. She can hear you.
You know what? You're right. And maybe it's Mandela. What is the exact word change in this video? So I can explain it better. What is the exact title change?
Here we go.
The change, as I remember it being, I bet you think this song is about you, but it's I'll bet.
Oh, another full sentence with a little. Oh.
You know what? You know who did? People might think I'm crazy.
Yes, you think?
Yeah. Do you know who did a great remake of this song? And
I will.
And I know.
I will bet.
Yeah. I bet you think the song's about you. I'll bet. So I bet changed from I to I'll.
Yeah, it's I bet. What would you say? I'll is abbreviation for I will. I will bet. I will bet. I'm gonna try to figure out the code in that. I will bet. I will bet this song.
I'm telling people, if anybody's in the chat or later on who's ever watching this, I'm telling you guys right now, you should subscribe to Mavis Mandela. You should subscribe to Hazel Fever. Tom, they come up with some real good stuff. Real good Mandela Effect stuff. Now, Bob, you know who did a fantastic remake of this song? I don't know if a lot of people know this. They might think I'm fucking crazy.
Who?
The band Faster Pussycat.
It's a hair band. Yeah.
It is. They are.
Eric loves hair bands.
No, but listen, a great remake is a great remake. Okay? Because the song is owned by Elektra Records at the time, I think. It was, maybe it's Elektra, I can't remember. And then the company, who all the songs they own in their catalog, they got other bands to sing on a special album for remakes. So they actually got Faster Pussycat to sing You're So Vain. And I'm not a huge Faster Pussycat fan, but sometimes when they do a remake, because how his voice is scratchy, it kind of gave it a little extra punch. I wish I could play it. I know it'll be copyrighted or whatever.
Listen to it on the next show. Just talk about it. We'll see what you heard. We'll do confirm it. I bet. Why would you say I'll bet? I'll bet. I will. That's abbreviation for I will. I will bet. I will. That don't make no sense. I will bet. You think this song is about you? I will bet. I'll. No. L. That's another good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Everybody knows that song because that's why you would know it. If something were to pick something, some secret dimensional matrix AI machine wanted to get your attention, they would definitely tamper with this song because how many guys looked at that album cover? Yep.
Yeah. So hold on a second. Hold on. Maybe I'll do. I don't care anymore if I can or not. Maybe I'll play 10 seconds of the beginning. See people.
Yeah, get 10 seconds in there. I would.
I love that riff right there.
Here we go.
I'm telling you.
Song?
Huh?
But is that the song? Is that the song we're talking about?
Yeah.
Didn't sound like.
Yes, watch. Hold on. Don't start singing. Let's see how he sings it. You see? I think he says I'll. I think he said I'll. I'm telling you, it's a good song. It's different. I love it when a song is like they do a song and they do it their style. Sometimes the song comes out good in a different style. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. Sorry, guys.
That was cool, though. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be copyrighted.
Well, I love the riff. Well, on YouTube, usually if the channel's monetized, they get the money. So it's not usually a strike. Whoever owns the channel, gets the money. So
yeah, I don't think I'm going to copyright that one because I could barely get it in anyway. So the algorithm is going to be like confused.
Yeah, it's a great cover. I love the cover of that song. I'm sorry. It's like one of those, I guess you could say, guilty pleasure. We all, guilty. I mean, we all have guilty pleasure songs.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I like mariachi music.
I mean, Bob, didn't you say you liked Bop?
Mariachi. What I like?
Did you say you liked the song Bop?
I don't know what Bop is.
Bop. Bop. The Hanson boys, the Hanson kids.
No, I don't. No, I don't know what that is. I like ABBA. I listen to ABBA. I like ABBA.
Bop. Man, where's maybe Mandela? She needs to come in here and sing that song for us.
No, I don't know that song. I refused. I don't know what that is. I do know ABBA. I like ABBA.
What is this? Why do Americans pushing Patreon?
I don't know. I don't have one on my channel.
Why do Americans? Why do America? There is a reason. Actually, there is a reason why Americans are pushing Patreon. There is a reason, Bob. Actually, there is. Versus maybe then UK or not. Okay. Now, a lot of people have Patreons.
Yeah.
I even have a Patreon. Okay. But I don't show it. I don't show it on there. Especially during holidays, because I want people to keep their money for Christmas. Christmas coming up, Thanksgiving. You shouldn't be giving your money away to other people. You should keep your money because Christmas, you got family, you got kids. Don't spend your money. But the reason in America, you probably see an increase of people making videos for Patreons because one thing, the the government has not signed any more stimulus package. So what's going on is a lot of people were on unemployment for the flu. The flu. I'm not saying the other word. The flu. It ends December 26th.
Oh,
It ends in December.
That's why there has been an increase. Yeah, that person's correct. You're correct. Say that.
I don't know about the UK. I don't know about their stimulus package. So here in America, it ends on the 26th. So you're seeing a lot of people pressing because jobs aren't. I don't know if people are looking for jobs or not. Don't get me wrong, but jobs aren't hiring at a massive rate. Technically, because of the new shutdown in a lot of areas, jobs has decreased.
Yeah,
and because the government is not acting, there's a lot of new YouTube channels that came up because they were laid off. Right? Good reason,
don't blame them.
Wrong with that, but don't blame them. What else are you gonna do? Right? What else are you gonna do? But
Christmas there.
But that's why you see an increase of Patreons because most of their benefits ends in December.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mine ends on the 26th.
Oh man, sorry guys. I'm so sorry.
So that is why you see people making. Now I'm like that. Hey, now anybody in the UK? Are you guys? Is there like a stimulus that other countries have done that are going or leaving?
I haven't heard of anybody getting no stimulus. Now they'll get 500 pounds if they contract the cornholio and they stay home. There's things like that. They'll give them 500 pounds if they stay home with cornholio.
I only get 144. Yeah, what it is whatever unemployment you were getting from your last job, like that percentage, when that ended, because when you get unemployed here in Washington, I don't know about every state, you only get it for like 6 months. Then after 6 months, it's gone. So you got 6 months to find a job. Now, what the stimulus did was it extended
the election. It's so sad.
So that's why a lot of people are up in arms what's going on with the government because now we're doing a lockdown again. So a lot of jobs are laying off instead of hiring because usually Christmas time is the time that you could probably. I'm not saying you have to get a job at Walmart to stand there, and all that. I'm not saying that because sometimes you make more money on unemployment than you do at the lower. I don't even want to say lower jobs. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. The coward was here to start trouble, and Bob, he is worse. He actually hangs with real. That's not that guy. Hold on a second. That guy's an imposter. Whoever this guy is, we got a troll. We got a troll right here.
I enjoy it.
What's that?
I enjoy it.
I think someone already got rid of them. Trolls are funny. So it's just and like I said in the UK now, Bob. In the UK, are people on a stimulus package there? You're saying they're not, or
they get their unemployment, their version of unemployment. That's about it. They get a version of it. There's no stimulus package. I know restaurants are getting little perks here and there for not being open and stuff like that, but not the common citizen. No. And these guys still have to pay their BBC tax at the end of the year. So I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. Their TV tax has to be paid too. So they've got all kinds of extra taxes. I don't know how they're doing it. These people are unemployed over here. They don't have much money. They're not working. And now they got to pay all the. Dude, you don't know taxes until you've been over here. These guys have taxes on top of taxes for Texas. Taxes for taxes for taxes. They pay for everything. And then they got people that show up to your house with a clipboard. A cop says, I'm taking items from your house. And then they put it on TV as a live show. Or not live, but they have a reality show where they take your shit. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. They come to your house. They come to your
Scott, my kids are homeschooled too. They haven't even attempted to go back to school. They've been home since you were here.
Wow. They're still there then.
Yeah, they're still here. So So it is interesting. But let's see. Bob sent me what the fuck news.
Yeah.
So let me get that up. And so that's what. Hopefully that answered that person's question. That's probably not for everybody.
That's a good question, though. I saw that myself. I didn't know about the unemployment running out either, so that was new for me too to hear.
Yeah, so
that.
I don't usually, and it is hard times because, like I said, our governments are not agreeing on nothing. You got a crybaby in the White House that crying for the election. One wants to get in there, but the thing is, when the second one gets in there on January 20th, it's already going to be almost too late for most people because people are going to lose their homes.
That's the plan, man.
People are going to lose their homes. I mean, it's scary stuff. I mean,
don't leave your house. I tell people, don't leave your house. Don't leave. Stay where you are. Stay in your apartment. Stay in your house. Don't leave. Stay there.
Now, I do have one pet peeve. I hate when people like the people looking for jobs or don't want to look for a job. When people say, well, I don't want to work for the man. I fucking hate, that's a pet peeve to me. I don't like when people say, I don't want to work for the man. And the reason I don't like that is nobody wants to work for the man. Nobody does. Everybody would love to have their own business, right? Who wouldn't?
You got muted.
When you say I don't want to work for the man, you're kind of pointing down people, saying I'm better than you. I don't want to work for the man, but you can. So if you want to work for the man, you work for the man and give me your money because I'm not going to work for the man. I hate that shit. I mean, it's just stupid. You know what a man and a woman is? A man and a woman is a person who puts food on the table for their kids and their family. That's a man and that's a woman. You do whatever it takes to put food on the table for your family. That what is a man.
I've watched this.
You think I want to work nights? You think I want to take out garbages and stuff? No, you do it because you got to put food on the table. That is what makes a man or not. Hey, I wish Bob. I wish a studio. I don't know. I don't fucking care. People say Hollywood. Someone will say, Eric, you guys, we're gonna sponsor your channel or stuff. I'm not gonna say no. Fucking sponsor us. You can sponsor us, and we make sure whoever sponsors us, we're gonna stay true to ourselves, and whoever sponsors, we'll give it back to the people who watches us.
Yeah,
people. Okay. I'm not gonna say no, but no matter what, you're working for the man, and no matter what, anything you buy or listen, say Bob, we make a whole lot of money on YouTube for whatever reason. 10 million people love watching us, right? Well, technically, we're using the man to broadcast YouTube, right?
Yeah.
No matter what, we're on YouTube, right? So no matter what, if you get money because of YouTube, you're working for the man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, you're working for the man no matter what. If you're broadcasting on DLive, guess what? You're working for the man.
Yeah.
If you get Streamlabs money or super chats, guess what? You're working for the man.
Man or the lady.
You're not. You want to work for the man? Get the fuck out of here.
Or woman.
Or man or woman. That's what I'm saying. Man or woman. So
community.
Here is what the fuck news. That was just my little pet peeve. I hate when people say that. Here we go. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a quickie.
I know, but I got to do the intro, man. I almost forgot the intro.
Welcome to What the Fuck News.
All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robert Wood, and I'm your host for What the Fuck Short Little Clip News. And it's something you guys need to know. Christmas is coming up, or whatever you want to call it, or Saturnalius, or whatever fanciful, whatever you want to call it for whatever pagan holiday, or a Christian holiday, or whatever religion you have. But what's important is you want to look up to the sky. Now, I don't know what you want to call those planets, stars, things, diamonds in the sky, actual living things, angels. Who knows? Who cares? But what's important is on December 21st, 2020, again, December 21st, 2020, this year, just December 21st, you're going to want to look up because you're going to see Jupiter and Saturn right next to each other. That's right. It only happens like every 20 years or so, but this is way different because this is very, very, very rare. In fact, the last time these two planets were this close together, or whatever you want to call them, this close together, was all the way back in March. This is how they know this, I don't know. But March 4th, 1226, again, March 4th, 1226, 1226, way back then was the last time that Saturn and Jupiter were right next to each other. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Kind of like it's going to see like I wouldn't call it a mini moon, but you're going to see these things really close. And I have never seen anything like this or heard anything like this before. So what the fuck for me? So it's going to be really interesting for you guys. And I don't care what camp you come from, flat Earth, round Earth, triangle, feces Earth, who fucking cares? You want to see this thing because it's important to the certain groups of people and it should be important to you guys. Also, a little bit of history on that. If you didn't know that Jupiter is Zeus. Now, Zeus in mythology, Zeus is Jupiter, and Saturn is Kronos. Now, just so you guys know that Kronos is the father of Jupiter, or father of Zeus. So Saturn is the father of Jupiter. So again, Saturn is the father of Jupiter. Kronos is the father of Zeus. So back in the day, Kronos, the father of Zeus, actually tried to kill Zeus, his own son, because his son was going to become king, as the legend goes. And so his mother, Zora, whatever, gave him a rock in a bag, and he swallowed it thinking he killed Zeus, but he actually didn't kill Zeus. And Zeus actually exiled his father, Saturn. So the fact that father and son are going to be so close up in the night sky in the world of mythology, and the fact that it hasn't been together in a long time since back to 1226. So that's the end of this really quick snip story. You guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the skies or whatever you want to see, and enjoy the astrologies and whatever. Practice learning these things. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, there's the dance. You're gonna start a new wave.
Yeah, that was really, I mean, every time I look up in the sky, I see I used to see a sea of stars. Now I just see constellations. They're just maps of cool things in the sky. And now Kronos and Zeus, which in mythology, are going to be side by side, dude. So Saturn, it's gonna be kind of fucking cool, man. Jupiter and Saturn are right next to each other. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I got a telescope. Again, I don't know what camp you guys come from. Dome, whatever. We're not gonna go into that. We're gonna figure there's objects up there, and that's just the fact, Jack. So yeah, I'm gonna take my telescope, and I can't wait for the 21st, dude. I'm gonna get out there. I'm going to hopefully film it, but I'm gonna take a look at these two planetoids or whatever they are out there, whatever, and they're gonna be right, dude, like right on each other. And it's interesting because it goes along with the mythology about Kronos and Zeus, because Zeus exiled his dad. Now his dad thought he consumed him to kill his own son, because his son was going to become king. So you have another king theme. I keep seeing this king theme rolling around all over, and now it's in astrology, and it's going to happen this year, guys. This year on the 21st of December. So you're seeing the skies play out in whatever direction they're going to. And I'm not saying if you should care about it or not, but the powers that be, behind the black veil curtain, whatever, they're paying attention. To them, this is significant. So what I'm saying is, at Sun Tzu, The Art of War, know what your enemy is thinking and know what your enemy is watching. So those of you out there, if you've never done astrology before, I highly recommend you just kind of dabble in it now. Just be aware of what they're saying. Be aware of it, and don't find Don't look for some class act bullshitter that's fucking telling you fake shit about astrology. Find somebody that's 100% that you trust 100% that knows their astrology, and just follow along with your book and paper.
Here's a great recommendation. Learn Vedic astrology, guys. It will change your life.
Yeah.
The Atomicon wrote, Zeus is Baal or Enki. His silly thundering footsteps and lightning are so scary.
Yeah. You see, there's several names. There's different names for these, not just those two names. There's several names for these two planetoids.
That's an awesome gift. I'm getting my son a telescope for Christmas. He is so excited. He loves learning about astronomy. I remember, Bob, when you bought your son a telescope.
Oh, yeah. I love looking up.
But of course, if you're a flat earther, you don't believe up there's real.
You don't have to. Again, I tell people you don't have to believe what's up there is real, but what's up there is telling you something. It is a calendar to whatever the other people are thinking. So it's good to know what your enemies, that even if you don't believe in astronomy, I'm a debunker. However, I want to know what they know. I want to know what they're talking about.
Knowledge is power. That is true.
Knowledge is power. So it's good for all of you because I recommend, I don't really recommend anybody do anything, but I do recommend you guys look at the astrology. You don't have to be worshipers of anything, but you just know what your enemy's looking at and understand it.
Now, really important. I've even seen constellations inverted a few times the past few years.
Yeah, you haven't? Yeah, I know he has. I have.
Black Sheep Researcher says Baal. Is it Baal or Ball? How do you pronounce that? Ball is Janus just saying haha.
Janus. Okay. Yeah, the two-faced.
Janus.
Well, then then if it goes back to Black Sheep Researcher, now you've got two. Okay, we'll wipe away that mythology. You've got Janus. You got two faces. Now you've got two faces. You've got two planets with two faces. So there you go. It's going to be in the sky.
Read this. For about a year, for me, there was a double row of stars at Orion's belt. The regular the regular three and the three repeats with a small gap below them. I think it was 216. Did anyone else see it?
I don't remember that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't remember. I didn't look at 16. I was a little bit in shock at that time and getting off narcotics. Yeah. So it's really interesting, guys. Keep up with it. And if you're making videos, no one's going to be calling you no damn witch or some. You're going to put out the information like I do. For those of you that are just blah, 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 I put it out there. It's good to do.
I'm going to be showing a video coming up, but I put a little poll out. And let me show this poll that I put out. Where do you believe you're going to find the answers to life? And I just did this for fun. It wasn't like you could put comments. It wasn't
Yeah.
I just did it for fun. And 8% says the Mandela Effect clues are the answers to life. So 8% of people saying their answers to life is actually in the Mandela Effect, paranormal effect, whatever you want to call it. I call it paranormal. No big deal. Now, some people, 20% says heaven will give you the answers. Of course, you have to die, go to heaven for those answers. If you believe in the Bible and that kind of stuff. Now, 24% says paranormal, ghosts and spirits have the answers to life, which to me makes a lot of sense because if you're talking to something that's already dead, maybe the ghosts or spirits are closer to the other side of life, and maybe one day they could give you the answers. Or 20% of people say they believe that the Bible has the answers to life, which I don't know. I don't read the Bible. I don't, so I don't know. Now, understanding the Matrix has the answers to life. Now, 28%. Now, what's interesting in this poll is the heaven, paranormal, the Bible, and the Matrix is all really close. 20%, 24%, 20%, 28%. Now, here's some people wrote some great stuff in the comments. Great stuff. I can't choose any because I won't know till I die, and I don't know if heaven, as we were told, really exists. That's a fair ass statement.
That's a fair ass statement.
Because I am not a religious person, so but maybe when you die, it's not heaven that you're going to. Maybe, I don't know, reincarnation, or maybe you're in limbo. I don't know. But that's a damn good answer. Here's another good one. Well, I don't see the point of any system where you have to wait until you die to figure out what is going on. Unfortunately, that seems to be what we are stuck with. Okay? I don't know that heaven, hell, purgatory are real in any way that religious explain them. Fair point. I think that these aspects of some kind of a spiritual realm, but we aren't able to comprehend them properly, which is very fair. It's like a fetus trying to comprehend life outside the uterus. Whatever the afterlife is, it can take care of itself. And we can do now is to live the best life we are able to by being kind, compassionate, forgiving, generous, and helpful, even through it. Sometimes it's hard. As for other choices, I think they all teach us a little bit more about life, but not everything. Each one represents a few pages of a book. Reading those few pages won't tell you any whole story, but if you keep reading, you'll learn a little bit more each day. I love this one.
That's a good one.
The thing is, basically, what this person is saying is don't run your whole life on trying to find the answer, because if you're going to run a whole life without finding the answer, you're going to lose out on the life you're living now. Beauty that's life, your kids, your children, everything. Listen, I've said this before that like your kids, if you have kids, I know not everybody has kids, but your kids must be your life. They have to be your life. Don't ruin your kid's life because you're on a research, you're doing this too much. Live your life. Now, a couple years ago, I'm a big concert guy. I love going to concerts.
Yeah, you were.
There was a concert out the gorge. It was Def Leppard and Kiss. Now, I'm not a huge Kiss fan, but I never saw Kiss in concert. I would have loved to went to that. Driving out to the gorge, seeing these bands, seeing Kiss, who's supposed to be one of the best live act bands. But you know what? The concert was on my son's birthday. Didn't go because my son comes first. You can't miss out on life. You can't miss out on your kid's life. You gotta be there. Once they're 18 and move out, that's different. But when they're not 18, you gotta be there for your family, kids, 100% of the time. So I love doing this show with you, but Bob, sometimes you got some things you got to do with your life. Sometimes I have to cancel a show. That's what you got to do. Yeah. So I love this one. Now here's Red Pill Paul. My wife and I have contact with the other side. Holy shit. That's nice. My wife is clairvoyant. So I know the other side exists, but we don't have all the answers. I believe some things are not meant to be known in this realm. Stay awesome, Eric. Now that's true too. Yeah. Sometimes, like they say, like if there, I heard this before. Even if there is a God, there is an angel. If an angel appears to you, your mind might not be able to handle the light. Might not be able to handle what you're seeing. So there's some things that are not meant for you to be known because your brain can't handle it. What do you think of that?
I think of it like that. I always, people ask me certain questions. I always want the answer. I'm always wanting the answer, but then I always think about the fly in the airplane. There's a concept of the fly in the airplane. I could not have gone,
Tony. Sorry, Tony. I could not have gone. No. My kid's birthday, I couldn't do it.
The fly in the airplane. So the fly looks out the window all the time. It's only ever known its life in an airplane, and it's in an airplane which is really, 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 really high. Fly looks out of the airplane and says, I want to get out the airplane. I want to know what's out there on that wing, and I want to know what's that white fluffy thing. I want to fly to it. Eventually, the fly finds out if he goes out there, and of course, it's dead. It's a place it can't live or survive or do any. The comprehension of a fly living outside that airplane at a high altitude is just not there. It's not happening. So sometimes that fly is more content if he just flies around the airplane. You know what I mean? It's a lot safer. A lot happier in the airplane.
I'm sorry for laughing, but a lot of people Def Leppard, the one-armed drummer. Hey,
Yeah, I like the one.
listen, hey, I had tickets to their last show. Got postponed for this year, so I'll be seeing them again. I understand people, but you got to be there for your kids. Like here, Tomicon, always be there for your children.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, man. Trust me, I wanted to go. I wanted to go, and I couldn't. How about this? Mandela Effect, great guy. Yeah, dude, you gotta get your channel back up, man. You got to get it going again, dude. You got to get your channel back up. You got to start talking again. Come on, you got to do it. Try channeling the dead. You'll get an odd response.
I've done that, man, and I've talked to somebody we both know, and I agree with that person. I'm not going out. Well, I mean, I'll go out and play around the cemetery, but it's just not worth it anymore. Not the responses I get. It's just it ain't correct. So yeah, it's just really nah. Some things you just don't play with.
Yeah.
If I would agree with somebody, he knows what I'm talking about. It's just like, this is not correct. This is not correct answering, man. It's just not nice. Some of it's not nice. Don't want to deal with it. Yeah. On that answer, he'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna. This is now we're getting into like more of like Matrix kind of stuff here. We all know some 80s movies had hints of Matrix stuff. You know, I'm not saying that the Hollywood or whoever made these movies knows about the future or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. You know, but there's certain movies that had the AI being the main thing, like Terminator. The AI had robots attack people. Back to the Future dealt with time travel. Tron dealt with being in the computers, like getting zapped into computers and all that. But some movies, things don't really pan out like should have happened now. Kind of like Tron. We haven't got zapped into a computer yet, right? We haven't got zapped, or even Back to the Future. They got some hoverboards that can stay off the ground using magnets, but not really. We don't really have like flying cars. There's plane cars, but not like that. But in an 80s movie in 1984 called Runaway, right?
Runaway with Tom Selleck.
But the reason I'm showing this guy texted me back and said I could show some of his stuff.
Cool.
In the movie Runaway, they did some stuff that it is used now.
I forgot about that movie.
It's on Amazon, actually. It's on Amazon Prime. So I actually watched it over the weekend. And there's some stuff they use in this movie that we are using now. So here, let me do this.
Technology of Runaway. Runaway is a 1984 science fiction film starring Tom Selleck, Cynthia Rhodes, Kirstie Alley.
He gave me permission to show this.
Kiss.
Who's the villain?
Yeah, he's the bad guy. It's about a futuristic police department that's responsible for dealing with runaway robots. And at a glance, it seems very forgettable. Just a standard cop movie with the typical angry police sergeant, hero cop with a tortured past, a new partner who is learning the ropes, and some cheesy-looking 80s robots thrown in. But if you
but I'm going to pause it here and there. But some of the robots we have now still kind of looks like these robots. So they didn't go crazy like made these robots look like Terminators and stuff. So what I'm saying, there's a lot of the stuff in this movie is like the robots now.
I know they're working on the robots AI now. I know from Turin. I know Turin was working on it even after breaking the Enigma all the way. They were working on AI back in the 60s.
So watch, there's some good stuff in this. Hold on.
There's a lot more here. This is a Michael Crichton film. That's the same guy behind.
This movie was written by Michael Crichton, the one who wrote Jurassic Park and what was the other one? Hold on.
Park and Westworld. So
Westworld
work is about predicting the future and forward thinking. We thought we'd check in with Runaway.
So a lot of people don't know that Runaways was written by a major writer.
This is the 80s, right? It's the 80s movie. I remember that.
1984.
80s are significant, guys, with this whole whatever change affecting thing.
Here we go. Runaways, technology, predictions. Okay, here we go.
So it turned out. One thing they got right was drones. These little drones are everywhere,
Drones.
except they
We
don't
do
actually
have
use
drones now.
Police are preparing a floater camera which will enter the house in an attempt to locate and use camera flying.
Yeah. Today we've got drones used by the government, drones used by private companies, and drones used by individual citizens.
So
they have these.
this
things called
movie got
floaters,
this
like you first see
part
the floater
right.
Camera, which works just like a modern drone.
They have that now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This movie, they have this
releasing
now.
some tear gas
That's what I'm
cells.
saying. What's neat about this movie? Some of this stuff is being used now.
Yes, it is.
There's also these smart bullets that
And we have this.
pilot
We
themselves
have
from the
missiles
gun to the
that have
atomic
tracking
bomb
on them.
bullets.
Yeah.
Bullet that has your name on it. Well, this one really does.
And then they also have these things called lock-ons, which I guess they're technically not aerial drones, but they're designed to lock onto these vehicles and blow them up.
And the military has
And,
that
while they're
now.
not aerial drones like the drones we have, they're kind of similar in that they're kind of standalone little weapons run by.
Yeah, this is a self-driving car. They did not have that. So
We have
they
that now.
totally predicted a self-driving car.
You see what I'm saying, Bob? This
I
movie.
know. Everything that they've
now.
had from the 80s is now. It's
But
all
here's
here,
the
man.
thing is, there's a lot of movie in the 80s that deals with like AI stuff that we don't have now. I mean, there's nothing in Tron that we have like now. Nothing in Terminator, like those kind of robots are happening now.
That we know of.
Is not happening now. But Runaway
We know
do
of.
the stuff that's we do now.
This is what we know of.
Another interesting development in the
Robots.
universe is robots have taken over.
Robots
a lot of
build
humans
cars
like
now.
constructing this building in the middle of
Everything.
Here, this happening is something we see in a lot of news articles today. And in this movie, we have a couple of different scenes that address this.
They have a lot of robots here.
They're doing surgery, man.
You should see the construction project over on Main. There are
I hope people are enjoying this.
hundreds of robots.
Doing surgery, these robots.
No union hassle.
And that's true. The reason, like a lot of the factories, like in Detroit, use robots for cars because no coffee breaks is needed, no union hassles. A robot doesn't have a union, and the reason why when a robot goes wrong, I remember in this movie, like he asked her, right? He asked the woman who's working there. He asked her in the movie, so why don't you have one of your guys go out there turn it off? They're not covered by the union.
Oh,
True. It's true nowadays. The reason you have the cops, because why would you risk your own man? And they're part of a union, and you don't want to deal with if he gets hurt, because the unions be like, "Why you
true.
hurt guy?" So there's so much truth in this movie that I think everybody misses.
So what's the problem?
Stacker! God nuts! It's stacking where there's no place to stack.
In addition to robots taking a job, there's also the
They got
fear of
robots.
them just taking over, and
That looks like that right now.
A new concept in sci-fi in 1984.
Now, I don't know about the electricity shooting out, but
in sort of a blue-collar utilitarian malfunction of
tasers.
robots.
Tasers,
It's not
yeah.
like a grand scheme like Terminator, where the robots are coordinated, and the police.
This
are
robot
pretty much
here,
treated like
hold on. Oh shit, hold on. My fault. Well, hold on.
She's the same actress that we live.
You know what that robot looks like?
What?
What Pixar movie has a robot look just like that? Wall-E.
Oh, yeah.
This looks like Wall-E.
just treated like appliance repairman. It's not that glamorous. Kind of like the way we look at AI sometimes.
Maybe modify them. Anytime you change these things, who knows how they'll behave?
Programs.
Look at this self-driving car. It's interesting they have to show a robot there driving the car. Today we understand software, but back in '84, computers weren't that powerful.
Lois?
Right here. Computer voice interactive. When he's talking to Lois, his robot, but he's talking to it like the way we talk to Alexa. I mean, look.
Yeah.
This is what Alexa is, right? I mean, he's talking to it like we do now. I mean, look at this. Hey, Alexa.
You know what I mean.
Alexa, what's the weather today?
Right now in Des Moines, it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has showers with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 43 degrees.
7.
I mean, in this movie, he's talking to it like the way we talk to our things now. Other movies don't get certain things right.
84.
But this movie actually did.
Computer.
All the 80s, man.
Talking to computers in sci-fi movies is nothing new, but in Runaway, it is a lot more conversational, like our current smart speakers.
Subject, Employee David Johnson. One moment, please. Allow me to search the records. Special Projects Division.
And also like the speakers today, they're also listening in the background.
Shit, what'd you expect? Well, this is no good to me. That is what you requested. What do you want to know? Well, the Spectracom security project. What about that? That information is classified by the company. You keep quiet. Do you wish to disconnect?
Now, remember, what they're showing here is back in 84, you couldn't talk to computers and make commands like that, like you can now. And this movie did. So it's almost like this movie could have been made now.
100%.
Yeah.
Another thing they predicted was alternatives to passwords. You know, today we have texts and things to verify login.
iPhones do face recognitions now.
Yeah, Face ID.
And like everything else in this movie, the bad guy hacks their security.
Gene Simmons
He has
does play a good bad
fake
guy.
he uses to log into the computer. They didn't quite get this one right, and that we're not using retinal scans, but they did sort of predict the end of passwords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Star Trek, they were doing breath. They were blowing into it.
It
lit up your DNA.
Oh,
however, we do see
flat.
this one
Watch.
simulated
Look at this
flat
TV
when
screen.
Ramsey's son is watching
That's a
on
flat
TV.
screen. You were watching the news on a flat screen. See, Bob? See what I'm getting? This has more true to facts. Like Back to the Future didn't get a lot of that stuff right.
Star Wars, Star Trek did it way back in the day.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on. There we go.
That's about it. This movie was a box office flop. It's available on this German Blu-ray or on some online services. But before we leave it, I'd like to make one more point.
He made a good point about this right here.
Let's listen to the first line of the trailer.
It is the future.
That's wrong. It's not the future. It's not even the near future like it says in this online plot summary. The marketing of this movie does it a great disservice, and your only hope of enjoying it is to view it as an alternate history, sort of like The Man in the High Castle. The evidence for this is apparent throughout the film. First, there's no attempt to futurize the 1980s cityscape like in Blade Runner. You've got 70s and 80s cars running all over the place. But the definitive proof is in the dossier on Sergeant Ramsey, which states he is 35 years old and born in 1950. So this movie really takes place in an alternate version of 1985, where technology has just advanced.
Much quicker.
Yeah.
October 23rd.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting, right? And also in this movie, he didn't mention in his video that he talked about smartphones, about having smartphones. Because remember, cell phones weren't like used in the 80s until later, until they invented the antenna, whatever. So they even used the word smartphones in this movie. So the reason I was showing this clip was this movie has more stuff that we use now versus most other movies, even Back to the Future, even all that. We have drones now. We have machines that look like those kind of robots. We don't have robots that look like Terminators yet. Not like that. Or iRobot.
Yeah, a lot of things back in the 50s we have now. A lot of things that have magically appeared that they have now that are back then that we have now, but improved upon. We're moving in the technological ages.
It's like it took longer. I see people in the chat talk about like Kit, Knight Rider, car, the talking car. In a lot of ways, you can have Siri or Alexa in your car. So you can have a talking car now.
Cell phone, watches, they have it on watches.
Like Alexa, tell me a dirty joke.
I don't think it will.
Alexa, tell me a dirty joke.
It's not going to do a dirty joke.
Into the coffee grounds. Let's get dirty.
What did the compost say to the coffee grounds? Let's get dirty. But what I mean is, you got the point. You talk and listen. Watch. Let me try this. Alexa, sing me a song.
Let's make paper aeroplanes, fly them round the summer sky. Let's make paper aeroplanes, toss them up and watch them fly. There's no fold too complicated, no paper
Alexa, stop.
too small.
It's like a talking car, man. It tells you jokes, sings you a song.
Paper Airplanes.
Paper Airplanes. The song was called Paper Airplanes.
Of course. Why would it not pick that song? Not pick Paper Airplanes. Those of you who are in the codes.
Premise in 1999 was made in 1974.
Everything in the
Lexi saying, I mean, ask her to wake up in the middle of the night by laughing.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of her laughing.
Oh, hold on. What time is it right now?
There was somebody who debunked that.
Alexa, at 12:30, wake me up by laughing.
Is that 12:30 in the morning or in the afternoon?
Afternoon.
Is that 12:30 in the morning or in the afternoon?
Alexa, at 12:30 p.m., wake me up by laughing.
Alarm set for 12:30 p.m. to Who's Laughing Now on Amazon Music.
You mean AM?
Your default alarm tone on this device going forward?
Bob, no, thank you. No, at 12:30 p.m. because 12:30 coming up is going to be p.m.
Okay.
He's going to do it. So at 12:30, we'll see what it sounds like. I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm curious now. So in about 9 minutes, it's going to laugh, I guess.
Okay.
Is it a funny laugh? I mean, what's the laugh about? Is it cool?
I don't know if this is true, and again, it's probably not. So don't quote this, man. Somebody was trying to debunk the laughing thing, and what they're saying is, and again, I don't believe this. So again, this is me not believing it. So you guys can do whatever you want. When people snore, they're snoring real loud, and Alexa picks up you snoring, and so it does a loud laughter that wakes you up, like a sinister that wakes you up. It makes you paranoid, so you stop snoring. I don't believe it, but that's just one of the things I heard.
Now, Comic-Con wrote, I just asked Google to delete everything I've ever asked. It explained how to on my Google account. I think it's lying, though.
Oh yeah. Everything you've ever said is on there.
You know, I
have a bug in your house. I don't have anything like that. I don't have anything. I don't have no Alexa, no nothing. No, nothing. Phones are keeping a separate room with a thingy on it. I'm not paranoid. I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, so if you guys got Amazon, watch the movie Runaway. Watch it. It's just kind of neat. When I was watching it, on everything they've used in the movie, we actually have now. We have missiles that can follow heat. We have remote cars that can go and connect to you and blow up.
Wow.
You know, we have drones. I mean, drones are huge now.
Everywhere.
Military uses drones. I mean, Runaways, those robots, those square, when he goes home, the robot, like making food, whatever, like a square. I mean, that's how you buy a robot now. You don't buy a robot that looks like in the movie I, Robot. They don't look like that. So it was kind of cool. So here, I pulled this up now.
Eric, before you go too far, I got to tell you about this. I was going through my notes on the same subject, but drones. Now, did you guys know that SpaceX, okay, hear me out here. I know it's all CGI, fake shit, whatever you want to say. I agree with you. But I'm just saying this for information. When SpaceX rockets land, Eric, it lands on a ship in the water. That ship in the water is a drone. Did you know that? The rocket lands, if it's real, I don't think so, but if it's landing, it lands on a platform in the water on a ship, okay? Ship in the water. That ship is supposed to be a drone, dude. Did you know that? SpaceX lands on a drone ship, unmanned ship in the water. It's kind of ironic they don't want no humans on that ship if it's real. How come people on the ship? Well, the fire and it'll hurt you and it's too hot. No, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck. But it's supposed to be a drone to let you know that.
God, this is weird.
What's that?
All my devices just all powered off. Like they're all dead.
All your devices powered off.
Except my computer because plugged into the wall, but wow.
All the battery drained everything, or did it turn off?
The battery are drained.
Battery drained on air. It happened to me at your house, remember? When I was at your house? And I was in the backyard with a computer, and I was in the middle of the show. Half the time in the show, it would drain. Like I'm off. The computer just drained. I had a complete full. I had to have a backup emergency battery that kept draining everything. I don't know what you got over there.
That's powered up is things are plugged into the wall. That's strange. Wow. Tomicon, it's my phone. I'll never buy one of those talk boxes. But you get to have fun with it. Tomicon is fun.
Eric loves his Alexa. I like playing with it too. I like when I go to Eric's house. You guys think I have a fun time with it because I'll walk by and I'll tell it to play in the middle of they'll be watching a movie and I'll just walk by like an asshole and just announce it. Play this particular song. I'll say play this song and I'll name the song and I'll walk away and it starts to play it. Or I'll say shut off the TV and play this song.
Or like for upstairs and dinner's done, my wife will say something to the machine upstairs and it'll tell you downstairs.
Downstairs, dinner is done. Like, oh shit. Yeah. Alexa, play this song. Then it pisses everybody off. Top 10 real life stars.
We want a robot that looks human anyway. That's messed up. That's true. That's true. I mean, yeah. That's true. Now, here's something that I pulled up. Now, Star Trek, the title, The Final Frontier, is based on Star Trek, and what kind of stuff that they've used that we use in real life. This is the top 10 real life Star Trek inventions. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. So 10, MIT tractor beam. Call it Star Trek for microscopes. MIT researchers said this week that they found a way to use tractor beam of light to pick up, hold, and move around individual cells and other objects on the surface of a microchip. The technology is known as optic tweezers, and MIT researchers have found a way to combine this powerful tool for moving, controlling, and measuring objects for use in buildings and manipulating items on a chip. Optical tweezers technology has been around for a while, but the ability to use it in combination with the microchip is what makes this unique, researcher said.
A laser that picks things up?
Yeah, like tractor beam. Yeah, it moves things.
I have to see that.
Yeah, so I mean, and here, Bob, here's something that's in Washington right here, University of Washington, the school we went to. The U of Washington tricorder. Earlier in the year, researchers of the University of Washington said they were experimenting with a device right out of Star Trek, a tricorder-like tool that uses high-intensity focus ultrasound rays. On Star Trek, tricorders had multiple functions by the medical version used by Bones McCoy and could scan a body and help diagnose and heal injured or sick patients. In addition, Purdue University researchers said they created an handheld sensing system its creators said could be used for testing foods for dangerous bacteria, contaminants, including salmonella.
Salmonella.
We got 2 more minutes to the laughing.
So they have tricorders now that can diagnose people, your bodies.
Where is this? Black Sheep Research. They are using sound to create holograms now. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. That's true. That is true. Yeah. They're using sounds to create holograms now. The sound. Yeah. It's remember, sounds and stuff are some people believe that time travel is not possible with humans because the human flesh can't go through time. But they're saying that sounds can travel through time.
So if I farted, it goes through time?
In theory, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I have already have enough human shadows listening. Some may be the final frontier, but it's made in Hollywood basement. Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, of course, yeah. Made in the Hollywood basement.
I hate technology. Tomer, I still am not sure he isn't a hologram. Sound is the key to this realm. I believe that.
Well, that's what the Buddhists say. That's what all the monks with their specific pitch sounds, and sounds vibrate particles, and particles are what we are.
What did we talk about last Friday? You know, movies from Contact, a movie from Howard the Duck. Sounds travel through space. Sound travels, and that's how you send information across, right? You do down.
Well, Tesla did that technology. I know some people don't believe in Tesla. They don't have the memory of Tesla. But what it is some of the research I was reading on whatever he was or whatever it was, sound technology. A lot of old sound technology.
It's 12:30, no sound.
Oh. She's not laughing. Whistling.
It says good afternoon. Alexa, stop.
Before we get a copyright.
Yeah. I thought it was supposed to laugh. So
not laughing. I heard the laughings because people were snoring, and it laughs when you snore.
Oh.
Don't know if that's right, so don't quote me. Don't say I said that. That's what I heard.
I guess I did it wrong. It didn't laugh. Is that Alexa? Yeah. This is an Alexa. It's they call this one the show machine. The show. It actually has a little screen so guys. So we have two of these. So if I wanted to, I could see the person from upstairs to downstairs. There's a little camera. There's a little right here. This switch it's where you allow the person to use the camera to see you from upstairs to downstairs. I mean, why would I do that? I mean, well, I guess, hold on. I guess, Bob, if you have one of those,
yeah.
If I wanted to talk to you, I could actually see you.
That's cool, though. I guess they know, yeah. Yeah.
So I miss my old scenes. This sounds so nice. Roland H. What is this? Hold on. Ask Alyssa to.
I wonder if it'll play the music.
That song is copyrighted because I had a longer version as an intro long time ago, guys, and that is copyrighted. I know. I actually sent an email to Polygram, who's owned by Universal, if I have permission to play that intro longer. So I actually did put in a request if I could use it longer. I haven't heard back yet. I guess I'm not important enough to hear back yet, But I'm like, come on, man. It's an 80s band. Who cares? You're not going to make no money off of them anymore. Jeez. Let me have the intro. Let me play a whole minute with a song for the intro.
The 80s are significant. And I'm an anthropologist in a weird-ass place in Orion Spirit. And for some reason, guys, the 80s are significant for a lot of us. Just throwing that at you guys.
Oh, what's this one? Now, here's this one. Star Trek line of funeral products. I didn't know Star Trek really had a funeral type of deal, but let's see what it says. Okay, this is what you want if you are a real Trekkie and you indeed want to take it with you. Call it Star Trek meets death. Oh shit. The Internal Images website says it's all for the millions of fans on our planet and beyond. Our new line of Star Trek urns, caskets, monuments, and vaults will be important discovery indeed. After 10 movies and 5 television series, phrases like live long and prosper, resistance is futile, and space, the final frontier, have become part of our global vocabulary, which that is true. It has become of vocabulary. The Star Trek casket styling has been inspired by the popular photon torpedo, designed on Star Trek and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Monuments and vaults will also debut this year. Oh man, dude, you imagine having the money and your coffin is a photon torpedo?
Yeah, I would, Eric. If you were dead, I'd put you in one of those, and I would terraform a planet with you.
That would be cool.
I would terraform a planet with Eric's DNA.
Here's some funner stuff. The communicator. This product has been out for a while, but it still warrants mentioning, especially in wildly interesting articles such as this. The crew of the classic science fiction show Starship Enterprise wore small devices on their chest. Yeah, they used to hit it. And they could tap to communicate instantly with their colleagues. Voce's communication system is uncannily like the science fiction gadget. It's used hands-free, voice-activated devices that use carry around with their necks, talk with coworkers anytime. Well, yeah, I mean, like my smartwatch. You know, I could talk through it now. Remember that was awesome in James Bond movies, having watches that can like do things.
Yeah.
I mean, I could talk. It tells me, like, this watch tells me it tells me my steps, how many steps I walked in a day, floor steps compared to high steps. Yeah, this stuff is out of James Bond and Star Trek stuff. So people talk now with earpieces and they call through it, talk through it. Like now, what makes it hard now is in the past, Bob, where you see a crazy guy talking to himself out on the streets and walking the sidewalks. But now you don't know if they're crazy or not, or if they're talking to a device now.
I know. Yeah, I used to have a calculator watch. I was big on I had the calculator watch. So when I was in classroom, I didn't know how I would cheat on the math test by using the calculator watch, but I got caught. Yeah, you can't use the calculator watch anymore. It was a big deal for a while.
I asked what was so special about the 80s. Things from the 80s were so overrated. My mom looks at me and says, "You're an 80s thing."
It's something about the 80s, man, with the people born or raised in the 80s. There's a lot of nostalgia, weird stuff when it comes down to knowing a lot of things.
The 80s were not afraid to do crazy topics for movies. You know, making girls from a computer wearing bras on your head. They weren't afraid. Now, like sometimes, Chris Nolan had a movie that came out called Tenet.
Yeah. And
one of the complaints that I've heard about Tenet was they overcomplicate things. They make things like too complicated to try to understand it at the movie theaters and stuff, where the 80s just had fun with this technology and just went crazy and made everything fun. You don't like my science project. They used science. It was fun. Terminator, science, fun. Battlestar Galactica, science, fun. Tron, science and fun. Sometimes it's like I like Interstellar. I liked it. But sometimes now when they make these science moves, they try to make it so complicated in a way where they're using real theories, but they overcomplicate it, and some of the fun stuff is not there. It's not with along, kind of like my science project kind of thing. Yeah. Where it uses energy to bring the future and past into one place with energy and science.
Yeah.
You have to go too crazy and try to explain every little thing on why it works or not. Buck Rogers, that's a good one. Buck Rogers had fun because Buck Rogers technology where they had that round thing. I forgot what it was called, but the round thing was like a doctor. It would say that if you're okay to be in public or something.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That covers. It's a Mandela effect for me, guys. Or I don't like that. Well, whatever you want to call that effect. Dr. Theophilus is a different color than I remember. It's like not. I think he's red now. But anyway, Dr. Theophilus, and then Twiggy, beady.
And Twiggy carried that round doctor.
Dr. Theophilus, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a computer. It's like having Alexa.
Yeah.
Around your neck.
Now, here's something that might be interesting. Purdue's cloaking device.
Oh.
Okay. Because Star Trek is known for the cloaking device in the movies. So you thought only Romulans had cloaking devices. Hardly. Purdue researchers using nanotology this week has taken a step forward, creating an optical cloaking device that could make objects invisible. The Purdue University engineers follow mathematical guidelines devised in 2006 by physicists in the United Kingdom, have created a theoretical design that uses an array of tiny needles radiating outwards from a central spoke.
Okay.
The design, which resembles a round hairbrush,
Okay.
would emit light around the object being cloaked.
Yep.
Background objects would be visible, but not to the object surrounding by the clinical array of nano needles. The UK this week also demonstrated what is called a cloaking system that used cameras and projectors to beam images of surrounding landscape onto a tank. In recent trials, officials said it has been made, vehicle completely disappeared, and predicted that an invisible tank would be ready for service by 2012.
I've seen some stuff about that. I've seen that. A lot of magicians are picking up that technology for their making things disappear stuff.
Did you watch the movie was it this year or last year? The Invisible Man?
I don't think I saw that.
The Blumhouse movie made a remake of The Invisible Man, and what the technology was, the guy used a suit that had cameras all in it, kind of like the thing there, imaging to make him look invisible, but he really wasn't. So that movie kind of using that technology they're using, I guess, Purdue is experimenting with.
Or they could use mirrors, whatever they want. Or back to the sound again, sound vibration. Wasn't there a ship out at the ocean? They used a certain sound vibration, but then everybody, after it was done, the ship actually disappeared and went through time and space and then reappeared with people inside the bulkheads using sound frequencies to camouflage the ship. What was that called? Not the Manhattan Project, was it? That was the.
There was a movie called The Philadelphia Experiment.
Philadelphia Experiment. Yeah, the Philadelphia Experiment. They did that with sound waves. Supposedly, guys, big supposedly with sound. The Philadelphia Experiment. Yeah, Manhattan. That's nuclear. Anyway, Philadelphia Experiment, where they did the sound waves and to camouflage the whole ship, and then when they kind of like moved into dimensions or whatever, then they came back and everybody was locked. People were inside the bulkheads and shit. I don't know if that's true.
Tomicon is right. Making things invisible is hilarious. Where you park the tank? Where would you park that tank? It's such a big ass thing.
I'm just happy they didn't have that in the 80s because every guy I know would be running in the women's locker room, which is not a good thing.
You know, the Philadelphia Experiment, they actually made a remake. They made a remake in 2013 that just was not as good as the one in the 80s or 70s. Yeah. I can't remember when the first movie came out, but the one that came out in 2013 was stupid.
Sound vibration.
That was terrifying. But it says Tesla and Einstein worked on that ship experiment.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do know that sound frequencies, sound vibration. I know Tesla did it with, I think Mythbusters did it where they had a small device they had put on a bridge. I think it was the Golden Gate Bridge, whatever, to try to make the bridge move. And they actually called it plausible because they thought that they actually had sensitive equipment saying, hey, the bridge is actually moving from this little ass device. It's just going dom, dom, dom.
On it today. I think the election recount was like the Philadelphia experiment.
That is so cool. That somebody can make that into a card or a meme. The real Philadelphia experiment. There's a meme waiting to happen. There you go, Tomakan.
He's right on point. I like that. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a meme waiting to happen.
Here's one. Hypospray. The promise of painless needles injection lies with Sonoprep. According to the company's website, the Sonoprep device is a brainchild of Robert Langer's an MIT-trained chemical engineering, which, upon a novel way to penetrate the skin utmost layer, patients who get syndicated here in a soda pop fizz. A soda pop fizz, that's the one person that goes in our chat, calls herself,
yeah,
and feels slight tingling, but that's it. In 15 seconds, the skin is properly perforated and ready to soak up meds. Oh.
Okay.
Where's the last one? And then I got one more article that you said we'll get to real quick. This is called telepresence. Perhaps this technology has existed in some form of past, but Cisco's Telesprint package really does offer live shots of people pretty much from anywhere. As my colleague Linda Musler noted recently, in the original Star Trek show, as well as it's all derivatives, whatever that word is, officers on a Starship Enterprise are able to conjure a live image of a person on a huge screen, talk to the person in real time, though conceivable in the 1966. That kind of technology is on the market today and maybe soon come to your house.
Yeah.
Like the virtual reality kind of
virtual reality. Yeah, they do it. I think over in Saudi Arabia, in one of them fucking places, they had a whole demonstration where they had whales and things going into the water and coming up, and dinosaurs walking around. They've been demonstrating that even in Japan and all over the place. Yeah, they've got that virtual reality stuff, like physical virtual reality things rolling. And probably half the shit you see up in the sky. You know, who knows?
We still use AM radios. It apparently doesn't penetrate our intermiss.
I use AM radio. I carry an AM. My music I listen to is AM radio, by the way. Yeah, I listen to AM radio. That's all I ever listened to my whole life.
That's why they say sound building if it's built well. I was thinking last night about stories meaning levels of a building. If you go down instead of up, you don't get to new stories.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is. Now, this one you sent me is it's basically 7 facts you need to know about Star Trek Discovery. The Klingons are not united.
No, they're not. They look like reptilians in the new one. I think we've been taken over by reptilians, according to David Icke.
So for those who use United Klingon Empire, that comes as an entering point. The Klingons in Discovery are not united under Chancellor and could previously seen as multiple Star Trek shows. Well, technically in America, we're fucking not united.
No,
seriously, we're not. If you look at the votes, right, every year, Republicans versus Democrats, whatever. Like if you look at the votes, if you think it's real or not, I'm not here debating that, people. I'm just saying, I hate when people are like, well, the elections are all rigged. Okay, great, they're rigged. But if you look at it, like Biden, 77 million, Trump, 70 million. I mean, that's almost, I know 7 million apart, but I'm trying to say is.
Wait. Hold on. So Biden's 70, he's 77, by the way. So Biden's 77 million, and then Trump is 7 million apart.
Let me see right now. What is the popular
I gotta see this number.
Votes. Let's see. You enter.
I'm a number person, so I gotta see this. I gotta see the 77. 77's been rolling pretty solid, guys, if you know your stuff. Also, right now, somebody was talking about in Israel, the 7-Eleven is now opening up in Israel.
I'm sorry, it has changed. It's 79,817,000, so it's almost 80 million. And Donald Trump is 73 million, almost 74 million.
Oh, you're frozen. Okay.
Oh, am
Yeah,
I
'cause I was
frozen?
joking about, yeah, in Israel, there's a new 7-Eleven opening up all over, and then if you look at the article for the 7-Eleven in Israel, there's 70,000 stores, and then there's and 17 locations, and it's 7-Eleven. I'm like, there's so. I was like, what's up with the sevens?
Oh,
17 plus 17.
Star Trek
the
one.
twin-
Notice
Yeah,
how
here
the
we go.
Star Trek image has a triangle up. The communication devices on their shirts now face down, like they don't know.
Didn't know that.
Is he talking
Huh?
about that goes right here? Here, let me
It
type.
ain't- I didn't see it upside down.
Star Trek.
Well, the interesting thing for me was that the Star Trek Discovery symbols, one side of the triangle is longer than the other. The old Star Trek had one side longer than the other. And then now you look at them, they're the same side. Both points, little points are at the same side. As in the old one, they had one longer than the other.
Now this is the new ones. This one has the triangle going up, facing up and down.
Yeah.
And then this is the next generation has like the circle, then has the triangle going up. Is there original? And this is the original.
See, they're even now. Well, one side used to be longer than the other. See how they're even?
I
One
don't
side was longer than the other.
I don't remember those being that big.
No, but one side was longer than the other on the original Star Trek. So the new Star Trek Discovery actually utilizes the old Star Trek symbol, the way it used to look. Let me stress this word again. The way it used to look. Now they've changed. They're both sides are even.
Now this one's from the movies.
Yeah.
So they
And what
changed. They changed a lot.
Well, what it did was, I know it's the in Freemasonry you have the compass, you have the square and the compass, and back in my time, one of the compass was longer on one side and short on the other, longer on one side and short on the other on the square and compass. Now and then Star Trek mimicked the Freemason symbol. That's a fact, Jack. So mimic the Freemason symbol. But now, since the Freemason symbol is even on both sides, the Star Trek changed to mimic the new Freemason symbol.
Comic-Con agrees with you. He goes, yeah, like the compass. Robert knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Maybe Mandela says, I don't remember the circle ever.
Yeah. No circle in it. No.
Went down and then it flipped for me. All right. I made mistakes. I'm human.
But yeah, one side was longer than the other, and now they're both even. And so, as all the old ones, if you look at the old Star Trek, it's a change effect. So it changed to even sides. Both sides were even. Both sides were even.
Looks like Scott has a boob right there. Is he?
But in the new Voyager, in the new Discovery, they give you a hint of the old one. They actually put the old one on the way I remembered it.
Here we go. Let's hear it. Let's go Discovery. This is Discovery right here.
Yeah. One side would be longer than the other, like the way it was. Like they're giving you a truth drop the way it used to look. See how one side's longer than the other? There it is.
There's a bigger one.
Yeah, and one side's longer than the other. That's the way the old Star Trek back in the 70s or 60s used to look. But now it don't anymore. It don't no more, Toto. They're both even, just like the new Freemason square and compass, they're even now.
Now there was a Star Trek Enterprise one. Enterprise here.
I think they're all even. Like one side is fatter than the other, but they're even. Points are even.
But the Enterprise don't even have the symbols? They don't even wear them on the Enterprise show?
Oh, that's weird.
I thought they were the first. Enterprise is based on the very first ship that ever went out into space to explore.
Yeah.
So I guess they're saying since they're the first to ever explore, they didn't have that yet. I'm guessing.
Huh. They weren't part of the guild. Yeah, they don't have the Star Trek symbol on theirs.
I know they try to sell you with sex. Look at that picture.
Yeah, the female Vulcans have been rolling pretty solid. It's like you never see the female Vulcan. All of a sudden, all the new ones are like female. And then the new Discovery one, she's not Vulcan, but she was raised with Vulcans. So it's the
yeah. She's Spock's.
Stepsister.
Yeah,
Adopted sister.
Sometimes.
Adopted sister.
Well, sometimes even Star Wars does that with their cartoons and their TV series. Sometimes it seems like they try to push too much in between.
Yeah, they're pushing an agenda.
I mean, if Spock had a half sister, now I remember I'm not a half sister, but an adopted sister. I remember in the Star Trek movies, he had a half brother also in the movies. But I don't remember in the movies ever mentioning that he had an adopted sister. So sometimes I kind of hate when they try to push a story and try to connect it on purpose so people can watch it. I never really liked that. I don't think that she's being raised by Vulcans. That's fine. But I don't think they should have really had her being raised by Spock's family because
anthropologists.
And why didn't Spock ever mention that he had a adopted sister, or what happened to her? Did she die?
Well,
what?
You got to remember, dude. I'm going nerd on you on this one.
I know. I'm going.
They went through time. So once you go, that vector goes through time, and you have your Eigen value, whatever that line is, it lines up in time. They don't go back to the same timeline. So now that Star Trek, even in the new shows, they've actually went through time. And once you fuck up time, everything changes. The whole new universe is created for Star Wars.
They did. I mean,
they went through time. Kirk went through remember that one who went to get that big ass whale?
And remember, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, they did it where that ship went back in time, destroyed the whole Spock's planet.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Remember when William Shatner back in the 80s, they went through time to get that whale, the last living whale.
Yeah, it was called The Voyage Home. The Voyage
Home. So once they broke that time barrier, they fucked up everything. So kind of like what's happening now.
That's why sometimes I kind of hate when things. Now, Back to the Future, I get it. That's based on time travel movie. I get that.
Yeah.
Like once the Avengers brought in time travel, so like right now, okay, Captain America's old, right? Well, since they broke the time travel, they can bring him back by time travel again. That's why sometimes I kind of hate when they automatically start bringing in time travel, because then you rewrote the whole thing. Kind of like you can say, well, yeah, the symbol there changed because they went back in time and changed this and changed that. I've never been a fan when they do too much time travel because it makes everything not real anymore. Like, I don't know.
Well, everything changes, so it's a what the fuck now, because once you break time, once you've been through everything forward is changed.
Yeah.
So it's a whole new genre.
That's why when everybody says they love the original Superman movie, 1980 Superman, the movie, they say Christopher Reeve.
Broke time.
That's why I hated that movie, because he saved his girlfriend by time traveling. And now with every single Superman movie, I'm like, well, shit, just time travel back. You fucking did it for her. Just time travel and save everybody.
Travel back.
You know how, like in Superman 2, he put all those missiles and took it to space, and it blew up that glass, and the 3 villains came out. Fuck it, just go back in time and take those missiles and fly it to the sun.
Well, if you look at the 80s, if someone says, tell me what you think of the 80s, time travel. Well, what do you mean by time travel? They time traveled in Star Trek. They time traveled on a Marty McFly time travel. Everybody time traveled in the 80s. Superman time traveled. Everybody time traveled. Ironically, the 80s, everybody was time traveling.
Somebody agrees with me. Thank you. That's why I tell people that the Man of Steel movie was fucking brilliant, because they didn't fucking time travel. they didn't use time travel to fix everything.
Everything is time travel now.
And that's one thing I am afraid of going forward about. I know we're getting a little nerdy here. I apologize. In the DC, you know how a lot of people didn't like the Justice League? Well, they were talking about having the Flash, because he has a comic called he time travels because he's flat. He runs so fast he can time travel. I don't like to. I hate to fix things. To fix it, all you gotta do is time travel. It's like DC, please don't use time travel with the Flash, because Flashpoint.
It's a matter of time for that happens.
It's called Flashpoint. In the TV series, he actually time travels and sees different Flash in different realities because he does a Flashpoint, and that's when things start to get a little bit too fucked up, too crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. If you do it for fun, kind of like the Spider-Man cartoon, they multiverse. No, that's fun. They did it for fun. You know what you got. They called it multiverse.
Yeah.
You know, when you know that it's coming, and it's fun. Yeah. I mean, the 90s Flash series. Now, yeah, if they make a movie just about that, that's one thing. But when they make a movie, if they're going to try to make a movie to correct, because a lot of people didn't like the Justice League movie, which I actually liked, when they start to use time travel to fix certain things, I don't like it. Like Back to the Future knows it's a time travel movie. Great. You know what you're getting. Superman, you didn't know that was going to be a time travel. He time travels to fix things. I don't like that. You didn't know that. Now, Star Trek The Voyage Home, you knew what the movie's going to be about. It's going to be about time travel. The Avengers, they use time travel to everything. That's when I kind of start not liking it, when you're using it on purpose to fix things. I like it when it is just part of a story, like Back to the Future, and you had fun with it. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't agree with time travel personally, but I'm appreciating just the monkey like the rest of us.
Yeah, everything with time travel. So a lot of the narrative, and I use that word narrative, was time travel from the 80s to now. Yeah. There's more time travel movies than there's ever been. There has been time travel movie after time travel movie after time. It's like the narrative is pushing it constantly.
In the 90s, you had Quantum Leap. He time travels to fix time. But you know what you're getting into, and then Time Bandits uses the maps.
Eric, remember Voyager?
Voyager, now remember, the Voyager came out way before Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is just what they did in Voyager, because in Voyager, he has a compass to time travel and fix the thing, and he runs into a boy and accidentally takes the boy on accident, and he doesn't know how to get him home.
Yeah, we're gonna put that one up. No, probably nobody remembers that. It's an 80s TV series about time travel.
Here, I'll pull up real quick.
Nobody even knows. Like, what are you talking about? I've never seen that show. A lot of you nerds, like 50 years old or my age, a little bit younger than that, you might remember Voyager from the 80s. It's another time travel movie. They went through all the different history. Also, that's not time travel. Highlander isn't time travel. However, they don't die through time. So they know they're going to live all the way to the future, so they affect the past to change the future. Highlander, the series. But yeah, Voyager. Ironically, Voyager, and then the Star Trek Voyager. Come on. There it is.
This is Voyager, and this is the compass. This is I bet you if a flat earther is on here, he'll say, look, see, the earth is flat.
There's a flat earth on his watch.
But he uses this is the compass that allows him to travel through time. And look at that outfit. I love that outfit. But this was before Quantum Leap. I mean,
it was like 81, 82.
Now this show, like I said, this show's design. What year was it? Hold on. There isn't a Wikipedia here. Here. Wikipedia. 1982.
80s time travel.
It lasted one season, which it was a damn good show. It was 20 episodes. There's 20 episodes. But of course, in Nelson ratings, it only peaked at 95. So Of course, nobody
How many
wants
time travel movies were there all through the 80s? All the way, like all of a sudden, time travel movies were just dominant coming through, one after the other. Concepts, time travel concepts, everything time travel was coming through all the way to the 90s, the millennium.
Did they know about the future, maybe? Something we don't know?
Did they know what was going to happen and whatever this place is to happen? Yeah.
I'm really serious that, there's the final frontier may be the Matrix.
Yeah.
Understanding the Matrix, the AI, because it more smarter. What is this here? What does he say? Gypsy Road. You should do a movie day. Time Rider. Oh
Right.
yeah, Time Rider. Time Rider.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, hold on. Time Rider.
Another one. Okay.
On a motorcycle. I remember this one.
Time Rider.
Yeah, here I'll show you. That's a good one, Tomicon. I remember this. Time Rider. The
Oh shit! Yes, I remember now. Oh, that's an 80s movie.
Yeah, Time Rider came out 1982.
82. Okay, right. There we go. Of course it did. Of course it did.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
I'm about to watch it too.
We need to rewatch this and get Tomicon to come on with us.
Do a movie review on Time Rider, man.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that. So I know, guys. I know we hit our 2-hour mark. I can't do a show tomorrow. I actually got something important that I have to do Wednesday. Since Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
I thought we'll do research on the natives. On the history of the wonderful Native Americans, our Native Canada, the Indians, show them respect and show them, did we really bring things or did Americans bring diseases and sickness? So,
and the conspiracy theories with like extraterrestrials too.
Yeah. So we'll that's what Wednesday is going to be about. We're going to dive into it. So if you need guys,
ant people.
They plan everything, of course. Hey, know the future.
Time Rider, dude. I forgot about that.
Looks like Street Hawk. Yeah, I remember Street Hawk.
Street Hawk. I remember Street Hawk.
I think Street Hawk came out in the 90s or was it later 80s? Street Hawk. Hold on. Let me see. Street Hawk show. Let's see here.
Oh, my God, man.
Hold on. Street Hawk came out
83?
1980. Was it 1984? What year? Hold on. What year did Street Hawk?
All these 80 shows for all of you people that have some sort of effect that, like myself.
Now Street Hawk wasn't a time machine.
85. No.
It wasn't a time machine. It could go like super fast. It would like do a computer when it knows when it's open. And then when he hits the button, you go, because there's nothing. Now, first of all, if you're in a fucking city, there's no way you're gonna have a clear street in these cities, right? But that's Street Hawk. It was a motorcycle like Knight Rider that could do everything.
I need to do, Eric. I actually need to do a one. We got to get out of here, but one of these days you need to do a little survey. I need to find out. I'm not, dude. Guys, anthropology. This is kind of cool information. I need to find out how many people turned 50 this year. I turned 50 this year, and I know 2-3 other people who turned 50 this year that they're kind of awake to a lot of crazy shit. There's something about the people that turn 50 this year that a lot of people that have this weird, whatever, they're aware. I don't call it any effect. They're just really aware of bullshit. They have the bullshit effect. They know bullshit when they smell it effect. There you go. People who turned 50 this year. I'm going to find out how many of you guys actually turned 50 this year, and then what the certain age groups are that I call I can smell bullshit effect. That's the universal way to say it. What's this with me?
Oh, that was Street Hawk.
Okay, Street Hawk.
It's a trailer. They'd probably get me on that one. Wednesday, your birthday? Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
No. She's not going to be 50 because she said she was born in 86.
Yeah, you don't ask a girl her age. Like, you're off the... But yeah. You anonymous... Guys, anonymously, if we do an age thing, just let me know. We'll do an anonymous one.
She's gonna be 34.
Okay, yeah, there's the 30s going for it too. Yeah, I was just curious of how many 50-year-olds we had this year and how many other ages we got going for whatever I call this is fucking weird effect. Like the world is fucking weird effect.
I found Time Rider on YouTube, free full movie.
We're gonna get down. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Hold on a second. Hey, can you do me? Hold on. Primo, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Can you put that link in the chat for people right now, if you don't mind?
I want to see that. I gotta watch that, man.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that, man.
Put that in the chat so other people can go to it, and then we'll set that up for next week. Tomicon, you're available. Tomicon, you got my email address. If there's a certain day that you're free on a Monday to Friday of next week, I know this Thanksgiving week we're going to be busy Friday, but if there's a day you can come on, let me know, man. We'll do Time Rider. Just type in Time Rider full movie on YouTube search.
Okay, cool.
Let me do that right now. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm gonna watch that. I'm getting all these nostalgia time travel movies have a lot of truth drop informations. You're gonna find a lot of 13 drops, a lot of different number drops. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Numbers, if you look for a number, you're always gonna see it. So to debunk that, I'm gonna debunk it right now. But don't look for it and see what happens. Pops up on you.
Yeah, here it is.
Look for certain things.
Here it is. Let me. I found one. There's several, so don't. There's several here. I'll put it right here.
Cool.
Just there we go.
That's cool, man. I want to watch Time Rider.
I hope a lot of you had fun.
Yeah.
I didn't really mean this to be an 80s kind of a thing, but
it is what it is, though. I'm telling people, man, there's something about the fucking 80s, man. I mean, go back to the 80s movies. Go back and review a lot of the old 80s stuff. The attitude of the people from the 80s are different than other people. Everything from the 80s. People from the 80s or somehow grew up around the time of the 80s or the early 90s also. Early 90s also. Same. I connect the early 90s with the 80s. Same shit.
Yep.
Those of you a little bit younger.
Well, beyond that, people, I'm going to let everybody go. I want to appreciate you guys coming. And Wednesday, we're going to talk about Indians, Native Americans. Bob said there's a UFO thing along with
yes,
that sounds awesome.
The ant people.
So beyond that, guys, that's it. Now I'll see everybody later.